Hello guys, I know I missed a day yesterday and it seems like the days are blurring together lately. There's not enough hours in the day anymore. But anyway, trying to do a quick live stream. I figure I got about an hour and then I got to get off here. But hello, Kip Hoffman, Brick Sergeant, Art Claxton, Fox Leader, Matt, Chris Aubrey. Hello. I hope you guys are all doing well. And all my funny farm friends. Michael, how are you, my friend? Yes, this thing is live. This mic is live. Mayo Hasco, did somebody say Mayo? Hello, Mayo. Aaron DeLillo. Anyway, I left off working on this dude, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. I'm working on this for my residential block. And all I did is I got the one light out front. I put one bright light inside, so that way it looks really cool from the facade of the building. And then I just put one little lamp light here. I'm gonna finish off the building, close it up, and then I'm gonna be taking the old marketplace building and I'm gonna be modifying it a little bit because the back side of the building is quite horrendous in my opinion, and it really needs to be updated and modified a little bit. So we're gonna play with that and also get some lights in that hopefully tonight. We'll see how far I can get. I just opened bag 8 and I thought, you know what, let's get started. So let's take this, and I gotta unplug this light because we need this back over here to work on it. There we go. And thank you so much, Brick Sergeant. I really appreciate that, buddy. Brick Sergeant just donated $5. Woohoo! He says, how's it going? And again, thank you, buddy. EPG plays. Hello, how you doing? All you did was skip the end of the month. At least I made the first. Very good point, Fox Leader. I appreciate that. Matt says, followed me over. Mayo says, I don't know why I can't see the timestamps of when I post comments. I'm not sure. I honestly don't see timestamps on my screen either, so I don't know how that is. And my builds are going great. Epic plays. Hope you're doing good. And Scotty Johnson, how are you? Anyway, like I said, let's try and get this guy kind of slammed together real quickly so we can kind of button her up. I wanted to try, and I still didn't get a chance to even record a video today. I kind of quickly tried to record some of my most recent haul because I got a bunch of deliveries today. Really excited about the deliveries I got. Most of it is for my Avengers Tower base. And then I got a few other parts for some other projects I'm looking at possibly doing. But it's just, I don't know when I have time anymore. I wanted to make a video and my table's cluttered. I don't have time to clean. We got a big snowstorm coming, so I'm trying to prep for that. And I'm hoping if it does come, what I'm looking at possibly doing is taking the next, or Thursday, Friday off anyway, if we get all the snow they're talking, and just kind of locking myself in the barn to try and catch up on some stuff. So maybe I could do a couple extra streams if that happens. And I almost missed my hole. And thank you, Greg. This one, it's like a lot of them. It's, like I said, I kind of recorded it on the floor. I'm going to see if I can't try and edit it, because I kind of got bits and pieces. I'm going to see if I can't edit something together to kind of make a video out of it. But it's like most of my hauls. It's a whole bunch of the same part. In a nutshell, that is what it is. I have a few different pieces, but I have in crazy amounts of every one of them. Some of the parts, to be perfectly honest, I'm not even sure what I'm doing with them or why I'm doing anything with them or why I even bought them. It's just they were a cool part. They were a good price. And I thought, you know what? I'm buying it. The time to buy any type of part, like I always tell everybody, is when you see it at a good deal. So snatch them up. Parts hauls ahead. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking, Scotty. Aaron says, I remember getting the pet shop back in the day. Yeah, that's what this building over here is the other half of the pet shop. To me, it was a great building. I had 4 of them. I still have, I do. I still have one more over there. I built one. I have one over there. And then when I first started doing my YouTube membership, I had let 2 of my members buy the pet shops that I had at a very, 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 very good price. So that's the only reason I don't have the ones that I have anymore, or the extras that I have anymore, because I helped somebody else out finish off their collections. And I wish I could do that for everybody, but I only had so many, unfortunately. But the two people that bought them were very happy anyway. At least they seemed very happy about them. I'm actually feeling really good, just tired more than anything. So that's what I was saying when I first started the stream. Is just I'm not getting my Lego time in that I like to get in here lately, and it's draining to say the least. But as far as physically, I feel great. Just tired is really my only issue at the moment. I need more hours in the day is what my problem is. I need somebody to put in an order that we need to have like 36-hour days. that would make things so much better. Aaron said he did a mock on one of his and made it more modern. See, I like the older style look because it kind of fits with the rest of them. But as I showed other people when I had that up on the table anyway, my Marketplace one, that one definitely does need an upgrade. I still like the set, but it's I don't know, first of all, they didn't put a rear door on it and anything like that. There's no rear detail of any kind on that particular build. So that's something that kind of irritates me with that building. And I don't know, the facade could have been a little better. I think I'm going to leave the facade on this one alone and just kind of leave it original, but I definitely got to do some modifications to the back side of it, at least, if nothing else. The Hood says it's been a month, but he finally built a good Milano mock. And that is awesome, man. Congratulations. Yes, Michael, it definitely does that to you. By the way, did you get your... Today's Tuesday, right? Did you get your order, my friend? I'm hoping it came through. And Brett, how are you doing, buddy? Feel like I got a frog in my throat. That look right? That's right, that's right. Trying to make sure I didn't miss nothing. I have a tendency of doing that when I talk too much. Miss a piece or miss a step, or that's a dark blue. Big Nate Bricks is looking good. And how are you, my friend? That's there, that's there. I'm hoping I would like to finish this, because I'm sure if Paulbot would come in here, the first thing he would say is yet another mock or building that I didn't finish in a stream. I'm honestly surprised he didn't say it the last time. In the last few streams that I did too, I know a lot of people will know what I'm talking about. The screen had froze up, and I think I've got everything sorted out now, so that shouldn't happen today. At least I'm hoping that doesn't happen today. We will find out though. I think I rearranged a few things so it shouldn't occur. As far as lights, I mean, and it's like I tell everybody, I mean, if you're okay with soldering, to me the best way to go is to make your own. That's my personal opinion. And I do a lot of my own lighting, specifically when I'm doing the commission jobs. I do a lot of my own lighting. And it's because you can do it a ton cheaper. But if you're not gonna go and make your own, then I always recommend to everybody Blinky Bricks and Brick Loop. And I mean, well, I'll just show you. That whole pile of bags that you see right there is nothing but Brick Loot and Blinky Bricks products. To me, they are the easiest to use. As long as you buy Blinky Bricks, if you go there, make sure you buy the lights with the 2-wire, and you want to buy the plug and play lights, which is the 1.25 millimeter plug, which is what this little guy is. And if you go to Brick Loot, you're going to be looking for their it's going to come to me. Light links. There we go. look under their light links line and all their wires, because this particular light here, anytime, I can tell you right now, anytime you see white wire, that's brick loot. And when you see black wire, those are Blinky bricks. And if you see a red and a black wire, which is what's right here, that's my custom stuff. But anything that I do custom, you can buy through Brick Loot or whoever anyway, Brick Loot or Blinky Bricks. But like I said, for me, I know it's just, for me, it's cheaper to make a lot of my own things. So I do kind of a hodgepodge and combination of stuff. But the great thing is if you do Blinky Bricks or Brick Loot, and there's actually a few other companies as well, but other products are interchangeable as long as you use the plug and play from Brick Loot or Blinky Bricks, and as long as you use the Lynx light from Brick Loot, because they all have the 1.25 millimeter plug. Hey, Eccentric Bricks, how the heck are you? I hope that makes sense and I didn't spew out too much information anyway, because I do have a tendency of doing that as well, over talking. But that would be my suggestion. If you want to buy lighting, I would go to those two guys. I would have to say personally, the quality of both are excellent in my opinion. They're both very good quality products. I've never really had a problem with either one of their products, and that's why I always tell people I would definitely recommend them. And that's got to go on a half. To anybody, especially if you do not want to do the soldering. If you want to do the soldering, that's a bit of a different story. With soldering, you have to be willing to kind of track down LEDs and all that kind of good stuff. You have to have a soldering iron and all the tools and the solder. And once you get all set up, it's great, but it is time consuming. So there's something to be said about that as well, because it's a fact of what's more important, how quickly that you can get something together, or how much do you spend. If you're more worried about the speed, I would really recommend just buying them, because it is a little time consuming soldering all your own stuff together. And you know, time is money is what my dad always used to tell me. So sometimes it's better just to buy the stuff pre-made, I guess is the point that I'm trying to make, as opposed to trying to make your own. But it just depends on how much free time you have and if you're in a hurry to do anything. The Hood is asking if he should get the Gargantos set or the upcoming Wolverine mech. Last I heard, the Wolverine mech might have been canceled, so I'm going to say the Gargantos. But I do know that this is the first time in a while that Wolverine's been in a set, so I'm more of a big Marvel and DC kind of guy, so I would go with Marvel and go with Wolverine. That was my favorite all-time character for comic books, but it's all a matter of personal opinion. Scotty Johnson, thank you so much for that $5 donation. I really appreciate it, buddy. And he says thank you for what you do, and thank you, Scotty. I appreciate it. And good day to you, Shane. Michael says good source for the LED pieces. Yes, they are a great source, both those two companies. And see right there, Matt even says he'll recommend Blinky. And like I said, they're both really good products. I can't say anything bad about either one of them. I know a lot of the products, I will tell you, price-wise, Blinky always tries to be at least 10 cents cheaper than most things on Brick Loot's site. So generally you're going to get the same quality for a slightly less price. And I will tell you that something else I like about Blinky anyway is his shipping. I have never seen anybody ship an order so fast in my life. Anytime I've ordered anything from him, I mean, that man it's next day, it's in the box, it's on the way, and it's usually to my house within 3 days. No lie. I'm sure Matt and everybody else in here that's bought from him can attest to that as well. He's very, very, very quick on his shipping, which is a good thing, because we all want our stuff when we want it. And he ships everything priority mail too, if I'm not mistaken. At least everything he's ever sent me, I always thought was shipped via priority. source for making my own lights, I shop a little bit everywhere. You can buy them on Amazon. There's a couple different places. One of the companies that I use is actually from China, I'll be perfectly honest. And there is a bit of a wait time to get them. But if you don't mind buying large quantities, you have to buy a quantity of like 200, if I remember correctly. And I'll have to find that. It's AliExpress, I think is what it's called. But in the quantities that I was getting in order to get them cheap, it was like 100 LEDs for, it was somewhere around $16, which keeps it really cheap. But again, you have to be willing to buy large quantities. Am I getting the Lego globe? No, I'm not impressed with it. It's one of those things that I don't see a use for it. But my opinion on a lot of those sets like that, I'm not a fan of really any of them. I'm not getting the typewriter. I'm not getting the guitars. I'm not getting, I don't buy the Lego helmets. I know a lot of people love those Star Wars helmets. And to me, and again, this is just my personal opinion, they're okay. If I want a helmet, and I know I've shown people this before, I have a helmet collection where I can actually wear the helmets. And as far as like the globe, I have an actual desk globe. I don't want a Lego one. So to me, are they decent sets? Yes. Is it something I'm interested personally? No. Not unless I find them at like 40 or 50% off and I could buy them for parts or whatever. But that would be, and it sounds like the storm is starting. It's starting to rain outside. But that would be my only personal opinion anyway, or personal reference for me buying them would be to buy them strictly for parts. Because again, I'm just not a big fan of them. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me 1 second while I'm trying to focus on the stagger of these goodies. There we go. But it doesn't mean that they're bad sets. It's just they're not my cup of tea. And making sure it wasn't the boss. It's not the boss. Lawrence Martin says thanks. Kyle Knapp says the helmets are not easy to build. Like I said, I've never tried to build any, so I'm not sure. The Hood says, even though I'm disappointed that the Tower of Fate was false, I'm excited for the new Mjolnir with the hidden accessory pack and the new Thor fig. And how the heck do you say that word? I know what you're talking about though, and yes, that does look like a very cool set. Mike says mine is above yours, Greg. Guys are talking to each other. Shane Hart says Dust Collectors display set, same Bevins. I just have the 2 Yoda sets on display in my Ninjago 35, so Dragon, but most are in boxes at the moment. And that's why I won't buy them, because that is quite simply the only thing that I will end up doing with them. So that's why I said it's just, I don't know, and I hate saying it that way, and it's because I feel like people get kind of bummed when they hear that, but the only stuff that I will typically buy is something that I know I can get the parts out and use, I'm going to build and use in my Lego City, or I'm going to use it in some way. And don't get me wrong, I know that a Lego City is just a dust collector as well, but my Lego City is what I find most joy in. It's quite simply just like that with the, and yes, that is the right way, okay. It's the same way with like a lot of my Star Wars stuff. I mean, I have a ton of Star Wars sets, and a lot of it isn't even opened, but it's not opened because I have a plan for it, and it's going to be part of a display, and I'm going to use it, and so on and so forth. Mjolnir. Thank you, the Hood. I appreciate that. I'm tongue twisted tonight for whatever reason, and my speech is just foobar. And hey, Wordy Deet. Absolutely, Aaron, I agree. It does keep the mind young. 100%, buddy. And I need one more. But something else I have thought about, and I can't say I'll ever buy those pieces. I have thought about trying to start in, because I know that was something that a lot of people used to love about my channel, and I haven't really done a lot of it lately. And I kind of need to get back to it a little bit, is taking sets and then mocking them out, for lack of a better word. Set to mock is what I used to call it, and I would like to try and start getting back to some of that. And I do have a lot of friend sets over in the corner that I specifically buy those just for that exact reason, just to part out and do things with. But I know even, what was it, 'cause they came out with a bunch of different sets over the last 2 years, and another problem that, in my opinion anyway, is Lego has been coming out with so many freaking sets here lately. It's at a point where you do kind of have to pick and choose what you want to buy, because once upon a time I would basically buy everything, but I mean anymore and that is not where that went. I messed that up. Anymore though, it's like, how can you? I mean, and what I mean by that, they come out with so many sets now and the prices are so high. You have to be a little more choosy on your stuff. Thank you, Peanut Lee. Peanut Lee is talking about my wood piece of wood there went. I can plug it in and show you, because I even have a little fire flick thing in it. I am going to, it's like a lot of things, I'm actually going to put instructions on and thank you for joining the membership, Michael. I really appreciate that. And I will have to make sure that the newest link is in too. Hold on one second, because you got to go to, let me get the newest link in, because I don't think I uploaded one this week. So give me 1 second, my friend. What I was going to say though is I'm going to start doing a lot of instructions like these. And for anybody that's not aware, I am starting to focus all my instruction sales on my personal website. And I have a lot of other things on my website as well. So if you check out bevansbricks.com, you will find a lot of new instructions are coming. This will be one of them. The bridge that I just built over at the end of Privet Drive is another instruction set I'm putting up there. I just put a video game arcade machine on there. And there's going to be a lot of new instructions coming very soon. And then I'm also going to start trying to do more sets as well. So if you are looking for instructions, please don't forget to check out my Bevans Bricks website, and that is pinned at the top of the chat room. And 1 second, guys. All channel members. Okay, Michael, when you go to community tabs now, click the top link. It's the newest Discord link, and that'll take you into Discord, so you can make sure that you get in there and get to talk with all the Funny Farm guys, everybody. But again, though, like I was saying, I really have been trying to get a lot of things set up. That's one of the many things that's been eating a lot of my time here lately. As I have, boy, I just messed this all up. I've been trying to get my website up and going and situated the way I want it, and it's all set up now. So you can see sets, you can see accessories. There's all kinds of stuff on there. There's a ton of instructions on there. I think at this current moment in time, I have like 20 different instruction sets on there. And like I said, I'm going to be ordering a whole, and I mean a whole bunch, or not ordering, making a whole bunch more here very soon. So again, if you're interested in instructions, please check out that page. And let me get this line of pieces together before I screw this up. And that's something else I got to do, because for my membership, being that Michael just joined, because I know he's only bronze, but for gold members on my membership, because I offer a bunch of different memberships, bronze, And again, thank you so much for joining, Michael. But bronze is what I call my entry-level position. And bronze gives you access to Discord, which to me is the most important thing. And then I have silver, which gives you full access to Discord. And then I have gold. Now, gold is a bit expensive. Gold is $19.99 a month. And with gold, you get one free instruction a month. And I will be setting those up on my website. Last month's was the security checkpoint. This month's is going to be the free instructions for White Castle. So that'll be this month's gold members perk. And that's something that I've been trying to do every month. And it's going to take me a few days and I will get that situated out. Tasman Bricks, how the heck are you, buddy? Michael says, I've learned so much watching. And thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Shane says, so far the fireplace light. Oh, so love the fireplace light. And that, so we were talking about LED lights again. That is a Blinky Brick product. Again, if it's black wire, it's Blinky Bricks. If it's red and black, it's me. And if it's white, it's Brick Loop. Just pointing that out one more quick time. So if I ever was to start selling lighting products, mine would be red and black. And I'll tell you why. Because like Blinky Bricks, like I said, uses black and Brick Loop uses white. And I think it's great that they both do that. But for me, it's hard for me to see and be able to distinguish stuff. And it's easier for me to have a black and a red wire because that way I know what's positive and what's negative. And that's why when I do my lighting stuff, I do that. It's just to help me keep track of which side of the wire I need to work on or which side I got to put my resistor on and all that good stuff. So the black and the red coloring is for my own benefit. And thank you, Tasman. I appreciate that, buddy. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, my friend. Joe Krabs, my kids are starting to help me, and that is what the change to my instruction site is, because my son is now doing all my instructions for me, and I've been pretty impressed. He's been whipping them out. So that's why I'm getting everything set up on the new website, because all the instructions are now going to be made by my son, my oldest son, Dustin. And then Jax, my second oldest son, is starting to do some PR stuff for me. And when I say PR stuff, he is trying to start doing random posts on like builds and stuff that I do on Pinterest and Instagram and things like that for me. So my kids are helping me in ways. They don't really, they used to love Lego, don't get me wrong, but they don't really play with it or want to mess around with it anymore. But they are trying to help me in other ways. And thank you, Aaron. He says, looks good. Shane Hart says, tell Blinky Bricks I'm saving up to get some. Usually he's in the streams most nights. I'm surprised he hasn't said hi yet. And just pointing out again, Michael, make sure you click that link, and like Greg said, he can take care of you right away. Shane says, hope you're not working too hard. I'm trying to get some extra work. ASAP needs the cash. Right now, nowadays, I think everybody kind of needs the cash. So I totally understand where you're at, buddy. Everything has just gotten so crazy expensive anymore. I mean, it is ridiculously expensive anymore. Just for if you're wanting to buy like meats and stuff, it's like ouch every time we go to the store. It seems like everything keeps getting higher and higher every week, and it's a bigger ouch every single week, it seems. Hey Raven, how the heck are you, my friend? And there, see right there's Blinky Bricks. I told you he's usually in every stream. He's usually lurking. Blinky's a lurker. But that's okay. How often do I clean my city? I have a really good filtration system out here, number one. I have very little dust. I only have to clean my city about once a year. Now, if this was in my house, And keep in mind, a lot of things are also dependent upon this. How can I describe it? This isn't a house. This is my barn, and it's brand new. I don't have a thick nap carpet because that, believe it or not, creates tons of dust in a house when you have a thick nap carpet. And then on top of that, everything's extremely sealed in here. On top of having just the fact that I went extremely thick on my insulation and everything for my barn. I also did a Tyvek wrap before I did the siding and just really tried to seal the building up. So I don't really have a big dust problem out here. Whereas like in our house, for example, it's if I had my Lego City in my house, I would probably have to clean it at least once every 2 to 3 months. Where out here, I really don't get a lot of dust. Yes, it is out of control, Shane. It's just, and it seems like it's to the point where it's almost like a daily thing anymore. At least that's how I feel about most of these prices right now. And those go there. But anyway, if anybody has any lighting questions, like I said, Blinky Bricks is in the house. So if you have any questions, he is the man to ask. And again, like we were all just saying, his shipping times are impeccable. Mega Joker, hi, how you doing? The Hood says last year he upgraded the 2019 Batmobile to look like the Arkham Knight Batmobile. That sounds like a really nice build. Juan says, how often, oh, that was the question I already answered. Chris Aubrey, I'm sorry about that, says, I have been checking out Blinky Bricks website and will be making an order soon after watching your videos. And that's awesome. And I'm sure Blinky Bricks will appreciate it. Trust me. And I need to make a video, and he sent me, he's got another really cool new product he just came out with. And I don't have it handy or I would show you guys. But if you go to his website, he's got a little quick video clip that you can see of it. And it's really cool. It's a flash. When I say a flash, it's an LED that's built into a camera, and it just randomly flashes like the guy's taking pictures. And it is such a freaking cool LED light. And like I said, I wish I had it handy with me. It's over and across the barn, but it's very, very cool to say the least. So I would check that out because I have one of those and they are freaking awesome. I can see having a bunch of minifigs like acting like paparazzis, so to speak, chasing people through the city or setting up some type of scene like that using that specific piece. It's very, very cool. No, I do not live in Australia. Thing is, though, correct me if I'm wrong, don't you guys get free healthcare? Because, see, that's something, because I know we had that discussion, I don't know, it was a few streams ago or so. People were asking different questions about things, and that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize is here in the United States, you have to pay for your healthcare. Where most other countries have basically free healthcare. So that's part of the reason our pays are different too, because we have to pay more of our own living expenses, I guess would be a good way to put it. Although I have to say, because one of the guys I work with is from the UK originally, and when he told me your guys' taxes are, it was like, my God. Trying to remember what he said. It was something like 42% or some crazy number. And I can't imagine. Shane Hart says, my Lego City is an office space. I live with let me have the whole room. So wish I was filming and uploading videos of my city and live streaming. Not sure. I live with let me. Shane Hart says, free healthcare, yes, but I'm never sick, so don't need it much. And that's a good thing. Well, I'm never sick either, but the thing is the minute that you don't have healthcare is the minute that you need it. At least that's what it always seems to be like anyway. And what is, oh, that's what's different, okay. And it's like anything. It's like, you know, it's like here in the United States, it's required to have car insurance on any vehicle that you drive, and that gets rather expensive. The point I was going to say, though, is if you ever let your insurance lapse, that's generally when you're going to get in an accident. At least that's how it always seems to happen. At least that's how my luck goes. Let me put it that way. Sean said, I clicked because I can't believe we're building the same thing. And that's awesome, Sean. And thank you, Blinky Bricks. I really appreciate that. And I don't know if you noticed it or not, and I still need to update it in one more spot. I also do have your website linked on my website as well, Blinky. I believe it's under my custom displays, and you're listed as one of them. I put you as a partner is what I did. Or associate is how I listed you. But I do have you linked on my website too now. And thank you so much for mentioning that, buddy. Tasman says not everything is covered under their Medicare system, but a lot of stuff is. Aaron says living in the USA is better. I mean, yes, I live here, so I'm not going to argue that. Because I would not want to live anywhere else in the world either. But you know, it's like anything. There's things that would be nice if they could change, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure everybody. I try to avoid topics like that because I always have the fear of getting political discussions. But I'm with you, as that is my preferred country. But like I said, I live here, so I have a biased opinion. And let's put that light in there. And something else you'll notice, I'm using the stairs when I'm doing the lighting. And I do that on purpose, and it's kind of hard to pick it up or I'd show you. Because once this building is finished, I like to be able to look in the window and not see any of my wire. And generally by pushing it over and up and through the stairs like that, you're never going to see the wire inside of the building. So it's a good way to hide it because the stair is going that way. So this is just laying right here. Now when you open it up, of course you can see it, but I always try to make sure I fashion all my wires in a way that it's going to be very minimum seen, if it's seen at all. And good evening to you, Aaron Wade. He says nothing more relaxing than building Lego before bed. And yeah, that's probably part of the reason why I haven't been sleeping that well lately, is I haven't been building before I go to bed. So the last few days, I just haven't had the time, unfortunately. And I thought tonight I am making myself have time. Michael says, thank God for the VA healthcare system. See, I hear people both complain and rave about it, so I am not part of that, though, so I can't give any type of honest opinion about that at all. But I do know we have a bunch of veterans in here. I know Brick Sargent's a veteran. Obviously, I'm assuming you're a veteran now, and thank you for your service, by the way, sir. Trying to remember who else we have. I haven't trying to see anybody other names. I don't see any other names that I can remember that are veterans. But or Greg, you're a veteran, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know we have. There's quite a few, though, is the point that I'm getting at in our little Funny Farm group, which I always thought was kind of neat. Hello, Whiskey Shred. How the heck are you, buddy? Michael said his isn't too bad as far as the VA healthcare. Shane says, I was going to move to the USA in 1996, but sort of glad I stayed in Oz. Been a hip-hop guy since 80 Cent. Not sure how it may turn out. I may have made it to the United States in 96. Great times, but wild in the hoods. There are bad areas, yes. Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I said we have a lot of veterans. in the funny farm. I'm surprised I haven't seen Brick Sargent key up again. It's like I said, I know he's a veteran also. And who the heck else was it that I just found out recently was a veteran, and I'm trying to remember in our group. Scotty Johnson says he's part of it. It's good and bad. Patrick Camp, thank you so much for your service, my friend. Like I said, we got a bunch of veterans in the group tonight. So my dad was a disabled Vietnam veteran. He's no longer with us, though. But that was one of the things that's why I always make sure I tell everybody thank you for your service. And to give a quick backstory to that, it's because my father, when he came back, was not treated well, and I'm sure you guys all know why, if you know anything about history and wars and all that. And that was the one thing that he always wished that somebody would have said to him, because as he said, it wasn't that he wanted to go over there, he went because his country asked him to. Came home, and when he came home, he was very disrespected, is the polite way I will put it. And because of his experience of what he had to deal with and endure, he always made sure that anytime he knew of a veteran, he always thanked them. And that's why I, to this day, do as well, because of my father. Shane, my father passed away in 2016, and don't get me wrong, I miss him dearly. But it was kind of a good thing, in trying not to go on too much of a somber note here, but towards the end he had dementia, and it was saddening to watch, is the best way I can put it. So I look at it as he's in a much better place, and I feel that he's still with me, so I have good thoughts about it. Michael says his father was a Korean War vet, and wow, that's impressive, buddy. Brick Sargent, there you are. I knew you were in here. And he says Iraq, 08, 09, and 24 years of service. And dude, I can't imagine being in the service for that long. That is a lot of service, and I know you say that all the time, but it's just every time you say that number, it's just like, oh my God. I can't imagine 24 years in the service. And hello, Lego YP. I don't know how to enunciate the rest of that. All I can see is Lego YP. And 1, 2. We are almost there, because I'm almost home. Absolutely, Michael. I totally feel that. I really do. Definitely do. Like I said, I personally feel like he is with me every day. So that's why I say I don't have any bad thoughts. I feel like he's looking over me, is how I always say it. Charles is retiring, so you have 20 years of service. Thank you for your service, my friend. Now, I was always told, and feel free to tell me, I was always told if you're going to do military, the only way to do it is to do a lifer like what you guys are. I know when I say lifer, 20 plus years, because correct me if I'm wrong, after 20 years of active duty, you do get a retirement. I know one of my friend's dads, did I forget? Oh, you know what? I really don't need that part on there because it'll hide the wire. One of my friend's dads, he was Navy, and he was in the Navy for 20 years. And then after the Navy, when he retired, he went and started working for the FAA. And then he worked 20 years with the FAA and got a retirement there. And his retirement is holy crap, is all I can say. he does really well for retirement, because between the FAA's retirement and his military retirement, he's really doing something. And some of these parts are because I still have to build the other half of this building. Peanut Lee is wishing everyone a good night, and I'm hoping you're having a good night as well, Peanut Lee. And well, Michael said he was medical discharged. Charles says competing with me. Greg said he did 10 years. 50% of your base pay the rest of your life. That's not bad though, as long as your base pay is reasonably high enough. I know, like my father's statement to me always was, if you're going to go into the service and you're going to do it as a lifer, you need to go in and be an officer. And I'm assuming it's because that was the better pay. I know my father was an officer. There's really no need. Luke Taylor is asking about Mills plates for trains. And I thought I made a video about that not long ago. There's no point, I mean, I could make videos about it, but to me there's no point in making a video about it, because if you go to the PinLug website and you look at their reference guide, they have all those instructions free to download. That way you can sit and look right at your computer screen and it's a breakdown for you. And you know what, let's take a quick look. And I will share that website right now, because to me that's where I learned all my my train stuff, as far as the ballasting and whatnot. It's also where I learned a lot of things about the Mills plates, as far as before I started doing some of my own alterations and stuff. But they have a lot of different instruction guides and things, both for Mills plates, Mills roads, train ballasting, train track, train cars. Hold on one second, guys. But like I said, I do have a video already that's already telling everybody about this particular site, because to me this is the best place to go. It's the L gauge reference instructions off of the PinLug site. So I'm going to copy and paste those right now, because that is a question I get asked a lot. And I like people to know and be informed. And why am I not going? There we are. But I'm going to show you really quickly. Let me do a screen share. Because I want to show everybody, and it's like I said, to me, everybody, I like people to be informed. Anyway, the website that I just shared with you, I just posted it in the chat, is this website that I'm looking at right now. And like I said, if you scroll down, it's showing you all the different ballasting you can do. And then if you keep going down, it shows you how to do the Mills plate portions of it as well. And again, every one of these, it's right here's the download reference sheet in the whole 9 yards. There's different types of interconnections you can do with the train cars and everything. But here at the bottom is where the Mills plates themselves are for the train track. And then here is also where now their road system I kind of use, and then I kind of don't, if that makes sense. Because if you look at their roads, their road plates are actually 2 bricks thick, and I use a 1 brick thick method. So I have a hybrid version of what they do, but to me it's still a really good version, and it's a good way to learn. And that's why I said I like to show people this anyway. But again, my version is a much more simplified, dumbed down version of what theirs is. Theirs is kind of, it's a good system, don't get me wrong, it looks great. But it's very part intensive. There's a lot of different parts that they really didn't need to show and have and all that good stuff. But to me, that's the best website you could ever possibly go to if you want to learn about doing stuff with trains. And Charles says he's a Chief Warrant Officer 4, and I don't know what that is, so I'm sorry. All I know is my father was a sergeant. So he was, what was it, 3 bars up, 3 bars down, the end of an ending. That's a Robin Williams reference, but Fox Leader says, anyone posted at Fort Polk should be given hazard pay for the rest of their life. That must not be good then. Art Claxton says he didn't get to meet his grandpa before he died, but he was from World War II and was also told that his grandpa fought under General Patton. Oh, wow. How freaking awesome is that? My grandfather was in World War II, and he was on a not a sailboat. He was on a destroyer. He was the ship's chef, as a matter of fact. I don't know a lot of information about him, though. He didn't really mention or talk about a lot of it. But that's really cool that you have a relative that fought with General Patton, because he is, everybody knows who General Patton is. No, I do have work tomorrow. I actually have work all week, Berkeley Bricks, but I may end up taking the end of the week off just because I don't feel like driving in it. If it gets real bad anyway, I'll take it off. I am working in the morning, though. Yes, Good Morning Vietnam was an awesome movie. I loved him. And Macro Bricks, how the heck are you, buddy? Is this Lego boot camp or something? No, we're just having a general chat. Nothing. We have a lot of veterans in the chat room, so we're talking about Army and Navy and all that good stuff. Absolutely, Chris Aubrey. Like I said, I do have a video for that too, though. I do want to point that out, but I just want to show you the color of the lighting of the building real quick. I do have a video for that, though. And that is quite simply what the video is referencing is all those websites. It's because, like I said, to me, the best thing that people can do is be informed. And that, to me, that is the best way to get informed, is to try and start learning where the websites are and where the reference guides are. But like I said, though, some of it you can use, but I mean, and it just depends on how you want to reference it or use it or do it. Like I said, I build a hybrid version of what's on that site. And keep in mind, one of the things, when they set up that website, it was the 8x16 dark blue gray plate or tile, which is that large gray tile that I love to use, and I use them all over my airport. That piece was still under manufacture. That piece is now discontinued. They still make the part, but they don't make it in the dark blue gray anymore. And at some point, hopefully, I'm hoping they will bring that back, because I would buy a bunch more of them. But part of their system, as far as their road system and all that, is based upon that particular part. And that's why I said I got a lot of ideas from that site, but I kind of changed them and made a hybrid version of myself. So the stuff that I do, I learned, though, from actually looking at that, playing with those, and then trying to find out a more user-friendly, cheaper version for myself, is how that worked for me anyway. Now, what I'm going to do with this building really quickly before I do anything is I want to rip the back wall out, because it always bothered me how they just bricked over where windows should be. And I'm going to put a window and a door here, is what I'm going to do to this particular building. Oh my God, man. Kip Hoffman said his grandfather was part of the storming of Normandy and he was dispatched as an anti-gunner protecting bridges. I can't, because the Battle of Normandy, oh my God. Michael was saying, never mind, thought you meant Fort Polk, LA. This option wasn't letting me pull your name first time I said hi. I wonder why it wouldn't let you put my name. Or put Matt's name anyway. That's weird, Macro. But you guys all got a ton of stories from what I'm seeing. Tigrone USN says he's a Marine Corps himself. Yeah, Department of the Navy, the men's department. Gaffer says my paternal grandfather flew a P-51 over the Pacific. Wow. Those are some sweet planes too, man. Mega Joker says his grandfather fought in Papua New Guinea in the 2-4 pioneers in the Australian Army. But like I said, you guys all could have all kinds of stories. And I agree, Aaron, it does. It looks extremely nasty without windows. That's why I said a lot of you guys, because I've never been in the military. But I know you guys could probably talk all day about it. And let's Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Keep in mind, when they did this, they were still learning, so to speak, on what to do with a lot of these buildings. We're going to make that a window and stay up there. Get in there. Let me see if I have dark blue and brick, because I may have to do some modifications. And I do. I wasn't sure if I had a bunch of it or not, but I do. So excellent, excellent, excellent. I think it's awesome that we have so many veterans here. And get off there. Now, so that was 3 in, so that's got to come out. Now let's do a black frame. It just gives you guys all that much more to have in common and talk about, quite frankly. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a black door frame here. And we're going to build this back up. Nowadays, you never know, Shane. And Tagron USN says CLB7 in the rear with the gear. That must be in the rear with the gear. So is that Navy? Because when I see CBs, CLB7, so normally I hear CBs, which is Navy, is what I think of when I hear CBs. So I used to work with a Navy veteran. He said, do you know what Navy stands for? Never again volunteer your services, or yourself. Absolutely, Michael. Freedom is not free. You got that right, my man. But it's amazing how quickly people forget that, unfortunately. Hey, Steve. How are you, my man? Nothing wrong with that. Got to talk with the old lady. Joe Krabs. Take care, and we will talk to you later, Greg. You know, I can't argue that, Fox Leader. Oh, okay, thank you, Tigrone. He says, Combat Logistics Battle Battalion 7. So I'm going to assume, is that a branch of the Army, then? And the Beatles fan and Star Wars fan. Hi, how you doing? Morgan says Joe Krabs is in love with Lego Man. I think I'm caught up on comments. And absolutely, Aaron, we need love and peace. Not going to argue that at all. Something I want to do is, you don't really see many of these windows, but I should have some. I want to use the same windows they have on the facade of the building, because I think it would help it flow better. And I am supposed to, let's see, I know I have the frames. Here's one. At least I think this is the right frame. And I want to use the exact same windows, because I don't want to totally change out the building. I just want it to be more accurate looking. I want it to be more filled in. I think that will definitely help. And something else I'm thinking, because we have this step here, is I'm going to put a little overhang. And just a little bitty overhang like this. So I think that will help improve. And then one other little added detail I want to do, I want to put a little small porch light here. So let's get I don't have blue, but I can do black. So what we're gonna do, let me pop that back off. Let's put this dude here, this here, pop that back down, just like so. And I like it. That's gonna look decent. Now let's get a little bitty light. And I'm gonna do the basic light. I will probably replace that with an LED, but all I'm gonna do, oh, let's do one other little piece. Thank you, Michael. This is an official Lego set. I'm just modifying it. And now that I'm looking at that, you know what? That should be upside down, so that should probably be, I'm thinking that should be down there. So let me pop that back open. This is a very old official Lego set though. This building came out, trying to remember, was this the Market? Cafe Corner. Yeah, Cafe Corner, and then this building came out. This is not a official Lego modular building. This was from the, I forget, Lego Cuso or whatever that was called. And this needs another little piece. Thank you, Joe Krabs. There we go. We'll put that light right there. I think that'll make that look better. And now, and that was probably my boss. When I say my boss, it's my wife. I think we will leave that. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Yes. That can go there. Can go there. That can go there. There we go. Now I need to put some steps for a small porch or something. So now we don't need these pieces now that we've got our little door. And let's go with, let's find a color of a door. Let's go with, because that's such a dark building, I think the front door was, it's a black screen, so we're gonna just do a black door, I guess. Black or brown? You know what? Let's go brown. I think black would, or brown would look better because we have a black frame. So yeah, we're gonna go with the brown. Now we gotta do a little step. You think it would look better in red, Beatles fan? Well, I'll grab that. I'll try it and see what it looks like. So I thought the brown would look more natural. But let's try it. Let's see what red looks like. Keep in mind, this is a back door. There we go. So that's red. Giving you guys a better angle. Greetings, Lego Addict. Hey, how you doing, Paul Bot? Lego Factory Market Street. Thank you, Steve. So I said I can never remember what the heck the official name thing was of it. But anyway, that's a huge improvement in my opinion. But we need to do steps. So let's just do some real quick basic steps. And we'll even, you know what? I'm gonna do one better. Let's do this. If I have enough. And I should. 2, 3, 4. Let's do a real small deck. So now if we're going to do a small deck, here we go. Let's put a 1x6 here. Let's step it off with some 1x4s. I'm trying to make sure the camera's there. Let's go with another 1x8. And we'll do another 1x6. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some 1x4 steps. Keep it really simple and basic. If I can find, I think I have enough. I do. Oop, missing 2 more. 1, 2, 2. So we'll do it this way. I'm hoping that'll get us up high enough. So we gotta bring, you know what, let's do the stair that way. No, let's put it on this side. Which means I gotta change that out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put some hand railing. I don't think I have any brown 1x3s to do what I was thinking. Let's try that. Hold on. Let's see if that'll make it look okay. Because if I do that, I can cheat it by doing this. That'll give us a nice basic deck. Now I just need some brown 1x2s. Problem is, over there, dark red looks like brown. Let me bring the whole tile over here. Steve says, I posted some pictures in Discord. It's 6 studs short of a base plate's edge. Needs advice how to proceed. I will check that out, Steve. What do I think of the cost of Lego? It keeps going up, but if you search around for good deals are still to be had. One thing I can point out though, and it's like I told everybody, when they went to change the website, like they just did, there was going to be some price increases, and I have personally noticed anyway, about a 10% increase to pricing of Lego. And the price keeps going up. Now, some people say it's because the cost of oil is going up and Lego's a byproduct of oil, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, that may be true. I don't think it's that. I think it's more Lego's just trying to make more money, because the reality is a lot of the byproducts are products that are going to get wasted and thrown away. And I don't think there's been really an increase on the byproduct portions, but I'm not an expert, so that's just my feelings. And why? How do I not have brown 1x2 tiles? How is that even possible? I don't get it. Excuse me. That's not brown either. Part of the problem is because I know everybody likes to usually say parts alert. That's part of my order that I've been waiting on from Lego since December 3rd or whatever. So we will just have to make do. But anyway, that gives us a little porch now that we can go off the back of that. I will end up lighting that up, and then the front light up, and then this portion of the building now. This is the 2 top stories, so I'll be putting those back on. And then once again, just to show you, I've got to improve and add windows there to make this building look more finished. Raven says, I'm still trying to do my deep freeze defender flexible in game. I'll make a short video, put it in Discord as soon as I can finish it. That sounds great, Raven. And hey, how you doing, Papa's Bricks? And they already are slowly ditching plastic, Paul. And that's part of the expense, honestly, with Lego, is because they are trying to ditch it. And the different products to replace it do cost more money. Thank you, the Beatles fan. McCove Animations, hold on one second, because I have to unplug that in order to be able to spin it around. And I will be, the next time I stream, it's going to be just to continue working on this little section of the block that I'm working on. Oh, actually, let's see. Will that let me rotate it? Because right now I got the white lighting plugged in. And I think that's going to let me rotate it. There we go. Trying not to rip out my wires. So right now that's where those are, and then what I'm looking at doing, I personally organize Lego by part. I can't stand organizing it by color. It doesn't work for me. Yeah, I don't see it slowing down anytime soon, and unfortunately, well, a lot of stuff. I try not to talk politics, so because some people get upset when I do. I like what Michael's saying, though. Morgan says the Lego set is drippy. Thanks, Papa's Bricks. This, like I said, this I think a lot of people, because this is a very old set, but this is an official Lego set. This was like Steve Weiser had said earlier. This was from the Lego factory, is what this came out. This came out right after, and this wasn't an official Lego modular building. There's actually another little piece, though, that goes next to this. This was Market Street, but this was a Lego factory set from back in the day. But like I said, it went Cafe Corner, this set, which is a lot of people look at as being a modular building, and it is a modular building because it's just like these. But it's not an official Lego modular building because it wasn't Creator. But this is one of those sets that a lot of people, I think, forget about and don't realize that it was ever made, because it really wasn't a huge seller back in the day when it was made, but it is a beautiful, beautiful set. And like I said, with just a few small modifications, it becomes an even better set. No, you're good, Papa's Bricks. I don't comment is all. You never know, Steve. But like I said, if everything's good, or if the snow gets really bad anyway, my intention is I'm just going to stay home, and because I'm going to have to start plowing every few hours or so. They're talking about like up to an inch an hour. But it's not supposed to start until like tomorrow night. And that's why I said I'm going to work in the morning. And then hopefully by the time I get home, it won't be too bad. So I can try and come out here. And if it starts getting real bad, like I said, I will probably just take the next 2 days off and say heck with it. And thank you, RC Bricks. Glenn says, I remember when the Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle came out. 1 week after it was out, some guy sold it on Facebook for 30% off from the original price. Holy crap, man. That was a good deal, Glenn. You're absolutely right on that. And I think I'm caught up on comments. Anyway, what kind of my plan is, just for those that were interested, I'm going to be using, because these are all Lego sets, I'm going to be using the designs of these sets, and I'm going to put a total of 8 buildings in a row. I'm building 2 of these blocks. And there's the boss that time. Yep, that's the boss. I'm going to be building 2 of these blocks. And the reason that I'm building 2 of these blocks is I'm going to have it to where I can plug them in to each other. And then this is the houses that will be going behind Privet Drive, because I think that'll make a really cool backyard, because you'll have these older, tall residential houses with their backyards butted up against the Privet Drive houses. Yeah, it's supposed to be crazy everywhere, Papa's Bricks. Absolutely. No, like I said, I'm going to work tomorrow. Well, we'll see how it looks in the morning. But anyway, my boss keeps telling me I need to go. By boss, I mean the wife. So let me quickly, because she's right, it is getting late if I'm going to work in the morning. Let me roll that beautiful bean footage, guys, like I always love to do, because I like to make sure that anybody and everybody that has donated during the stream gets the just credit that they do deserve, as I really appreciate everybody. And no... Joe Krabs. Anyway, I want to give a very special thank you again for all the people with the super chats. And with the super chats, it was Scotty Johnson, Brick Sargent. We got a few new subscribers, Joe Krabs and Boris Borvitsky, and our new member, Michael Fijwara. I hope I said that right, Michael, and I apologize if I butchered it. I am horrible at enunciations, though, and I will be the absolute first to admit it. But anyway, though, I do need to get off here, guys, and hopefully tomorrow, depending on the weather, I will probably be back on tomorrow night. But as always, thank you for coming to Bevan's Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And hopefully we will see you guys all next time on Bevan's Bricks, and I hope you have a blessed day.